I'm here today to talk about landmark notes, when we introduce them and why we don't introduce them right away, and to give you a couple of fun little exercises to help with remembering where they are. So in the pianoforte method, we do not introduce the stave until book 2. Book 1 is all about introducing the child instead to the solfa syllables, and so this idea of relative sound, and also just giving them a chance to get used to basically interacting physically with the piano. In level 2, that's when we start to introduce the stave, and this is a really wonderful moment in terms of solfa, because all of these lovely pitches that they've been hearing and singing and playing, they now sort of superimpose onto lines and spaces, and it makes sense for them. And then at this point, we use landmark notes just as a way to sort of pinpoint a space that we're at, and then we can go from there. So the first landmark that's introduced in the pianoforte method level 2 is treble G, and it has a cute little song to go along with it, etc. And then it has a series of 6 little songs that are all based around the landmark note treble G. However, I have found that sometimes later on, after they've moved past treble G and on to the next one, which is bass F, and even maybe on beyond that, sometimes their memory slips and they can't remember where G is on the piano. So, or they can't remember where treble G is. And sometimes that's for some reason that has slipped their memory. So this is a fun exercise to help bring that back. This exercise can also be used in the beginning just as a supplement to help them remember what treble G is, just as something extra. So I shall show you that to you now. It's all about treble G and a little hedgehog. So this first one is treble G, of course, and we're going to find treble G by finding the group of 3 black notes and then of course G. Now, if we ask the student to take this hand and align it really beautifully and use the fingers 2, 3, and 4 on the black keys, and play them all at once as a little cluster. And then underneath the hand, the left hand can use number 3 and they can play like this. That right there, that is a wonderful way for them to find this treble G. But we can do it with this fun little song that goes like this. Hedgehog, hedgehog, wobbly little hedgehog, and then carry on down the keyboard doing that. So that is hedgehog, hedgehog, wobbly little hedgehog, back and forth. Now, for bass F, which is the next landmark note in pianoforte level 2, bass F and treble G can be confused because they're right next door to each other. So another way you can do bass F is maybe with this one called cat. So white cat, black cat, every color kind of cat. So F cluster, and then the rhythm. Up and down. So I'm going to upload a couple of these PDFs to the website that you can download for free on the PianoForte website. And hopefully you find this useful with your own students as they are learning where to find landmark notes. One of the reasons we use landmark notes is because we don't want students really necessarily reading note, 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 note. We want them reading in this, what can sometimes be called the intervallic way, or what it really is in the solfa way. So they know where their tonic is, and then they can build the sounds around that, and they read them like that. So they're reading in patterns, and they're reading using sound, which is what the pianoforte method is based on, developing a movable do solfa skill in the piano student. So I hope you have found this immensely helpful, and if you have any questions, let me know. That's hedgehog and a little rhyme about a cat.